Welcome to Maths with Paru. In this video, I shall be looking at negative and fractional indices. So what does negative indices mean? Supposing I talk about 2 to the power of negative 3. What does that mean? It means I can rewrite it by taking the reciprocal of 2 to the power 3. So here we go. 2 to the power negative 3 is the same as 1 over 2 to the power 3. But what does that mean? We're simply multiplying 2 by itself 3 times. So we have 2 times 2 times 2, and the answer for that is going to be 1 over 8. So 2 to the power negative 3 can be written as 1 over 8. Now let's talk about fractional indices. What do I mean by fractional indices? It means that the power is going to be a fraction. So here we go, fractional indices. For example, if I am going to consider 16 to the power of 3 over 4. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that I'm going to be first considering the denominator of the fraction. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write 16 to the power of 1/4. My next step would be to raise that answer to the power 3. Now, why do I write it like that? Because 3 over 4 is another way of saying or writing 1 over 4 into 3. I think you will all agree with me that 3 over 4 is the same as 1 over 4 into 3. Now, since we learned that when you raise a power to another power, you simply multiply the powers. So that's exactly what we're doing here. We're saying 1 over 4 to the power 3 is the same as 3/4. Now we all know that 16 to the power 1/4 is simply 2. And so our answer is going to be 2 to the power 3, which is equal to 8. Now that's an example of a positive fractional indices. How about a negative fractional indices? So let's have a look at an example of negative fractions in indices. Let's take a look at 8 to the power of negative 2 over 3. What do I mean by this? I can rewrite this as 1 over 8 to the power 2/3. So 8 to the power negative 2/3 can be rewritten as 1 over 8 to the power 2/3. Now I'm going to have to evaluate what 8 to the power 2/3 is. As I have just explained above, 8 to the power 2/3 can be written as, we first consider the denominator, so that would be 8 to the power 1/3, and then what we do is we raise that answer to the power 2. Now we all know that 1 over 8 to the power 1/3 can be written as 1 over 2, because 8 to the power 1/3 is the same as 2. So I can rewrite this as 1 over 2, but don't forget that I'm raising it to the power 2. So my final answer is going to be 1 over 4. So the answer to 8 to the power negative 2/3 is equal to 1 over 4. That's all for now. Until my next video, goodbye.